Do you remember the day you got your letter from the veterinary school that accepted you? Or maybe you were accepted by multiple veterinary schools, but you do remember how exciting that was. Even the first letter was like, yes, I got in. I worked so hard, and now I'm going to be that veterinarian that I always wanted to be, which really made you feel like I'm going to be the animal's hero, or I'm going to be the animal owner's hero. And you couldn't wait to get started because you knew that that meant you were going to be a doctor. And people look up to doctors. They expect a lot from them. So you went to veterinary school and now you're saying, is this right for me? I mean, animal chiropractic, after all, I'm a veterinarian. Why would I want to do that? There are people in your own profession who would say, why would you want to do that? And so you're wondering, is this for you? Would you like more family time? Would you like to know the secret to adjusting animals that seems like it's such a quick fix? You've seen people do it, your clients are loving it, and you're wondering, what is going on? Or you want to feel like that same satisfaction you had when you opened that first letter that said you've been accepted to veterinary school. You want to be able to feel that like every day when you go to work, not just, gosh, I used to feel that way. So you kind of long for that really jazzed up feeling you had when you were starting veterinary school, or even while you were in vet school and you got to see some really cool cases. And now things seem to be a little humdrum, or at least you seem to be getting cases that just aren't responding like you'd like them to. You want to be able to connect with those patients and really understand, gosh, what is it? What is going on here? You want to gain a little more acceptance from other professionals, even some of those people who maybe you think you're not quite as good at. When I was a veterinarian, I know I'm going to tell you about it later, how I felt like there just was no way I was as good as those other veterinarians. And you might have that feeling that you want the excitement back. You want to get out of bed every morning and say, gosh, I can't wait to go to work, instead of that dread that, oh no, I've got to go deal with those clients and I've got to go see patients that I'm not sure I'm even sure I want to see. If any of those things resonate with you, if you can't wait to revamp your outlook on how you think about your work, then this is for you. But wait, you say, what is this veterinarian talking to me about chiropractic for? Well, I'll show you. My promise is to show you how to increase your patient load. Why would you want to do that? Because it brings in more money. I'll show you how to have more free time and connect with your family and patients more fully. Wait, how do I do that? If I'm bringing in more patients, isn't that going to take up more of my time? We're going to show you how that doesn't necessarily go together. I'm going to show you how to avoid burnout so you can finally be the doctor you dreamed of being, the veterinarian that you thought would be just like your, hero veterinarian at home, or the veterinarian you had in mind. And that's the veterinarian who everybody loves and everybody can't wait to see, and who you can't wait to be, and who you also love being. That's the important part. It can't just be that everybody looks up to you, but you have to love having that position as well. We're going to show you how to love what you do instead of being burned out about it. We're going to show you this with the new way for your better future that doesn't involve working harder or longer hours. Chiropractic is for every spine, and that's the part that we're going to help you understand. We're going to help you understand that you already have patients in your practice who need chiropractic care. Wouldn't it be great if you were to be able to get more profit from the patients you have right now without them feeling like they're not getting any value? They want to feel like they're getting the best value for their money, and you want to be able to give them the best service. You're going to have new patients seeking chiropractic every day. They're all over the place. Now it's the time to get into that so that you are not the last doctor out there who's decided, yeah, animal chiropractic might be helpful. We're going to show you how to make your work easier. Did you become a doctor because you thought it was easy? Did you think vet school was going to be easy? Would you do it all again if you had the choice? If you had the choice, would you have continued to do what you're doing knowing that you would have the hurdles to overcome on a daily basis? I want you to think about that, because I suspect you knew all along it would be a hard road. Animal chiropractors are strong. We help veterinarians become confident, effective animal chiropractors, solid in their thought processes, and happy with their decisions. We help veterinarians connect with other animal chiropractors who live lives of abundance. They live lives where they are always looking forward to serving more animals and more people. So don't leave me yet. Stick with me until the end. I'm going to show you how to find all the answers to fitting animal chiropractic into your practice. Can you relate? Are you tired of patients who fail to respond to treatment? I mean, think about the last patient you had who it didn't go the way you thought it should. Remember that patient that wakes you up in the middle of the night and you think about, if only I had done this, I could have saved that cat, dog, whatever it was. Do you suffer from self-doubt that you might have missed something? Or those patients who you try and you even cut them a break on their bill, and then they go to somebody else to get service and they write you back and say, we're not coming back. We went to somebody else's place and we got fixed. Doesn't that just kill you every day? Do you wish you had fewer emergencies? You know, those guys who show up right as the door's closing on Friday night because this has been going on for 2 weeks. And you stay and you serve them because you don't want them to go someplace else. And you're afraid that you'll lose that income. You're afraid that that patient might go someplace else. It's not your fault. And that's something that veterinarians have a tendency to all internalize, is that maybe I caused this. The real problem is that in veterinary school, and I'm pretty sure your vet school was similar to mine, we learned about which prescriptions to make and what needed surgery and what diagnostics we might need, but we didn't learn very much about the wonders of the spine and the nervous system. We learned a little bit about some tracks, and I remember a lot of it being kind of this mystery. If it's neurologic, the animal's pretty much toast. And I think that's still what we're hearing from veterinarians when they say, oh, it's neurologic. And the important thing to remember there is that's the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. Chiropractic helps to train us a little bit more about how the body's own healing recuperative properties come from that nervous system, and that we can help that nervous system do its job very easily when we learn how and when to use chiropractic. So what I would like you to take home from this is the real problem isn't something that you did, and it isn't something that someone did to you. It's just that you just don't know yet. Here's what I say to that. Veterinarians would like to share their gifts with more patients who are there for wellness. The good news is that I figured out a simpler way to solve that problem so that you can see patients for wellness. And so that you can see patients in a light that allows it no longer to be a mystery what exactly is going on, even with all those diagnostics that you've been using that haven't necessarily given you anything but more overhead in your practice. I'll walk you through it in this webinar. The key to your success is that at ACEs, we have a trademark process that helps you attract more clients, more animal chiropractic clients very easily. With this, you'll wake up each morning ready for new challenges, like you did when you first began veterinary school, ready to learn new information. But with this, you'll have the confidence and the knowledge that you're ready for those new challenges. With this, you'll be ready to serve as many patients as you want to serve because you'll have the energy and the knowledge. With this, you'll also be amazed at your new powerful skills. You'll be so amazed, you'll be the one saying, "No way, I can't believe I fixed that." With this, you will feel like that brilliant superhero that you really thought about being when you opened that letter and realized you were going to get to go to veterinary school and become the doctor that everybody would look up to. And the best part is, you won't have to work longer hours or more days, even if you have more clients. Let's face it, there really aren't any chiropractic emergencies. Chiropractic is really there to prevent those. And the only reason I can share this with you is because I've been through this, the good, the bad, and the part that I don't really want to talk about sometimes because, well, you know. Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Hayek, and I'm most famous for helping veterinarians learn to attract more clients, have more job satisfaction, have better life satisfaction, and more financial stability. Even though I'm now a sought-after expert in this area, I want you to know that things certainly weren't always this way. Let me show you what I mean. Before I learned animal chiropractic, I was an exhausted associate veterinarian in a busy referral equine surgery practice. It was not unusual for me to have 40 straight days of on-call because my boss didn't like to take call. And 40 days with no call in a referral practice really means 40 days of not sleeping very well. I was afraid to go out on my own because everybody around me was a surgeon, right? They knew so much more than I did. There were already 2 referral clinics in town. They would have been my competition had I opened my own practice, I thought. And their philosophy didn't align with my philosophy in that I just knew there was something more to this. My self-doubt led me to believe my clients were only fooled into thinking I was a doctor, and I felt that they had expectations that only a surgeon could care for their animals. At that time, I was so tired of veterinary medicine, I wanted to change my name. I wanted to quit my job, and I did. I didn't have a car, but I quit my job anyway. I was renting a house at the time from the sister of one of our technicians, so I was still like tied to the veterinary clinic a little bit. And at that moment, I would have been happy to wait tables. I wanted better veterinary medicine. That was the problem, and that's what I figured out. It wasn't that I didn't think I was capable. It was that I wanted clarity in what I was doing for my clients and patients. I didn't want to be guessing and trying. Here, try this drug. If it doesn't work, we'll try another one. I wanted freedom from the model of medicine that I was practicing. Putting out fires all day was exhausting. Half of the time, I spent a lot of my time just driving from one place to the other. But even in small animal practice, we oftentimes see doctors who spend all day long putting out fires and not being able to be the really good doctor that they really could be. Not that they're not good doctors now, they're practicing to the best of their abilities. But My problem was I was too tired all the time. I was working too much, and it reduced my ability to be a good doctor. Through Animal Chiropractic, I found a tribe of people who felt the same way I did. There was something more to diagnosis and treatment, and that the body was able to do some things that we hadn't been taught in vet school. After I'd opened my own practice, I of course bought inventory, and the expensive drugs I had bought were going bad on my shelf now because I didn't need them. My emergency load was tiny compared to what I had come from, in part because my clients were more educated and their animals were more prepared for incidents when they might have an emergency. I had other doctors in my association to work with who supported my practice, and my patients responded with joy. This small tribe helped me to find peace and resolve in my business and confidence in my treatment of animals. So now I get to be with like-minded people more often. I don't feel like the low man on the totem pole anymore. I feel like I'm an equal with other doctors who do what I do. And they are often supportive, and they want me to succeed, just like I want them to succeed. I'm no longer afraid that they will take clients from me because I now understand that there are millions of clients out there who need their animals seen by an animal chiropractor. You may not take it from me because I might not be telling you all the truth, but our students report that they have increased income after taking the class, many before they even finish. They have greater job satisfaction. They are excited to go to work now, and they have an increase in client traffic. We might have a few things in common. I am no veterinary neurosurgeon. However, you might be. But as a regular doctor who went through veterinary hell and back, I'm here to tell you, if I can do this, you can certainly do this. So imagine what life looks like when you spend a portion of your work week without fear that you might be wrong about a case. Imagine what life looks like when you bring home more money than you spend in overhead. Doesn't that feel good? You want to feel as excited, confident, and passionate about your work as you once did when you first started. Then you will need these 5 secrets for building a more profitable and enjoyable animal chiropractic clinic. Before we keep going, how am I going to start my practice, you might think, because you might feel like you're starting from scratch, and it is expensive, isn't it? I mean, school's not inexpensive. When will I find the time to do it? I'm already stressed, I'm already burnt out, and my family time is really crucially important. I'm not going to give that up just to take a class. What if my patients don't want this? Some of my clients are they're pretty stubborn, and they don't want to hurt their animals either. I heard chiropractic might hurt things. What will the other doctors think about me? Because I have to work with these people. They're in my peer group. Well, guess what? You're going to attract more clients even before you complete the course, because they will know that you are taking animal chiropractic and they've been looking for it for years. You will earn more revenue after your first lab. You'll be so excited to go home on Monday because you'll have clients in your mind that you're going to call and let know what you can do for their animals. You'll learn to reframe your hectic life so that it is your life, and so that you have quality time with your family in the way that you want it, not in the way that you get it. Your patient success rate will rise exponentially, and you'll attract more like-minded doctors. So your peer group is about to change, and it's about to change to be people who think like you do. So our number one secret is that you are going to actually attract more clients just by taking this course, even before you complete it, because they will find out and they will start to seek you out. Well, Dr. Bill Hoffmeister is a chiropractor, but his human chiropractic practice became so busy after he took Module 1 in Animal Chiropractic that with his training, he took longer to complete the course before he finished. But he was able to do that because of the flexibility of the ACES program. By taking longer, what he did was he built up his human practice, and then he built up his animal chiropractic patients. And the animal chiropractic patients are going to help people see things that they didn't see before. So now he spends more time doing what he loves, which is actually more animal chiropractic. And he reported to us that in 1 month, he made $10,000 just doing animal chiropractic. He loves his practice more, he began to enjoy his life more, and he's enjoying his patients more. Secret number 2, you're going to earn more before you complete the course. We already told you that Dr. Hoffmeister had a really phenomenal month last fall where he made $10,000 in just doing animal chiropractic. That didn't even count his human practice. Let's talk about Dr. Armentrout's story. She made at least 30% more in her annual income and spent more time with her children. Dr. Armentrout is a veterinary surgeon. She works in a referral practice. She's the only surgeon in the practice, and she has 2 small children, and her husband is a firefighter. So they have to coordinate their schedules so that somebody's there for the kids. If not, and she has an emergency, she's really stressed. What do I do with my children? What she found by doing animal chiropractic was that she made 30% more in her annual income and spent more time with her children. How did that work? Dr. Armentrout increased her income and brought in more new clients than ever. They recognized in their practice that their new client intake increased. It actually doubled per week. Her animal chiropractic attracts patients to the veterinary practice who would otherwise avoid seeking your services because they don't want to have to go to the doctor. The other thing that she found was that by adjusting her colic patients, she had to do less surgery, and her surgeries were more successful, which meant she got to spend more time with her children. Secret number 3, reframe your life to give more. When I'm in need the most, I find that, like when I'm nervous about the money's just not coming in, you know what I do? I turn around and I give away something. I give away my talents, I give away money, or I give away things that I realize would do someone else a better job than would do me. And by giving away my talents, it brings more back to me. Dr. Loparco is a great story for this. He's a chiropractor, and he went out and sponsored an event. They made $3,000 by doing animal chiropractic, and he gave it away to support gear for police dogs. What did that do for? So how does that work when you give away the money you make? Dr. Loparco reframed his life of service. He gave away money, but still increased his income because he attracted clients who would normally not have found him any other way. And it still allows him to make more time for his family because he's seeing more patients during his office hours and when he chooses to see them. Secret number 4 is that your patient success rate rises. Why is that? At this point, you may not understand it, but when we use chiropractic to help the body do its job, everything else gets better. And it's not that we're doing anything in particular to treat different things, different symptoms in the body. What we're doing is we're helping the body do its job to get better. And when the body is better able to help itself, everything else gets better, even though we didn't treat it specifically. Animal chiropractic patients, animals are so excited when they've been adjusted and feel better that they express it to their owners, and their owners then become very happy that their animals feel better. Dr. Hirsch is a veterinarian. Dr. Hirsch was in the process of buying the busy equine practice where she worked. She struggled with that balance. How do I add animal chiropractic? She took the course, she wanted to do it, and I'll tell you that this is a typical situation for veterinarians. She had a little discomfort even when we were in class talking about how the body heals itself and how the body is there to take care of things. It's there to take care of bacteria and viruses, and her internal struggle was, wait a minute, I'm a veterinarian and I prescribe drugs for those reasons. Why would I want to do something different? So Dr. Hirsch bought her practice, and her successful caseload increased, and new clients began coming to her with more and more complicated cases because they respected her ability to heal their animals. They began to respect her ability and her opinion. Animal chiropractic basically elevated her ability as a veterinarian to serve her patients more readily. Secret number 5, you're going to attract more like-minded doctors who support your practice in a positive. Dr. Matthews is a good example of secret number 4. He built his animal practice to match his successful human practice. Well, how is that an example? Well, in his particular case, there's a little story. Dr. Matthews had fears that other professions could not accept his chiropractic philosophy. This came from the fact that his practice existed in a building that was already owned by an MD whose office was also within that same building, and who Dr. Matthews perceived didn't really feel comfortable with chiropractic. What happened was the owners, the MD's wife, had some horses, and she was seeking chiropractic care for her horses. She enlisted Dr. Matthews to come to see her horses and treat them. And when he did, his client was so thrilled with the results that she got in her horses, and how her own trainer was very excited about the great results that Dr. Matthews got from those horses, that then Dr. Matthews had a better relationship with the MD in his office building, and so his fears were resolved. So it put him in touch with other professionals in other professions who he previously thought didn't understand or didn't accept chiropractic as part of their practice. How does this work for veterinarians? With veterinarians who learn animal chiropractic, it puts you in a whole new realm of doctors who are looking for your services as well. If you are a veterinarian, you can do this. Just by listening to this webinar, you've already gained the understanding that there are other ways to help animals that require you to be the doctor you are and are rewarding. And by rewarding, I mean give you that satisfaction of success, but also bring you the reward of income that you had already hoped to have in your profession. Veterinary surgeons can do this, single moms can do this, practice owners, retiring doctors, fathers and mothers with 6 or more children have made animal chiropractic, in particular the ACEs program, work for them so that they could then turn their own lives around to be more successful and to have that life that they always wanted. You're here because you want to be the person your clients expected you to be, or that you perceive that your clients expect you to be. And you know that others have achieved what you want. I've shown you at least 5 of them. We've had hundreds of students who've done this course and have achieved what you want. And I've shown you steps others have taken to achieve that goal. And we've seen that the old way of doing things, going at it alone, feeling like you're isolated, isn't really cutting it, and it can certainly make life harder. The only way, smart way forward is to find your new tribe. If the peers that you are hanging out with or that you are depending on now don't support you, you need new peers. So tell me something that you took home from the class before the end of it. I mean, in between modules, what did you take home and use?
Well, the first thing after the first module, I went home and the very first dog that I adjusted was a dog that had been my patient since he was a puppy. And I came into the clinic that very next day after I'd been here, and the owner, and he's old, this little guy's, he's had back problems and everything. He's like 17-year-old poodle. And he just abruptly stopped eating dry food and had diarrhea. And I'm like, I don't know if he's got a TMG. I just learned about this sort of thing. And I'm like, looked at my tech and I said, I wonder if he's got a TMJ because he's not eating dry food and it just happened acutely. And so I set up on it and it capitated. And I looked at Katie and she looked at me and we're like, and I said, go get some kibble and see what he'll do with it. And so she gave him a few kibbles and he went right to eating, and I was like, wow. And so then I adjusted his sacral base, and I told the owner, you know, that diarrhea may clear up because it also capitated. I didn't know anything about what I was doing, honestly. I mean, I did, but I was just, okay, let's try it. I can't hurt anything. And as Dr. Amy says, a bad adjustment's better than no adjustment. And the diarrhea cleared up, and he was eating again, and his tail was wagging, and he was a happy little camper. And I was like, that's pretty darn cool, and it happened so fast. So then at that point I was like, yeah, there is a lot to this. There's a lot to it. And when you put the science to it, and you sit and you really mull it over, the neurology behind it, it absolutely makes sense. You can't deny it. Okay.
This really works. We expect you to do this alone one day, but not on day 1. When you start class, the day you register, you will not be alone, even though you'll be working at home. You won't be adjusting animals yet, but you'll always have support. You can do this. You can build your tribe so your brighter future is within your grasp. Just imagine how great it feels when you no longer work days to pay for overhead, connect to new patients, and have more joyful patients. Experience how good it feels when you work in an energized state. And if you'd like me to help you do this, then I would be delighted. And here's exactly how I can help you. We can help. My team and I have set aside some time in the next 72 hours to speak with you personally about how you can apply these strategies to your practice. Call me. It's free. This 30-minute call will put together a specific game plan for your situation. because we know that everybody's different. We want to help you build your dream practice with Animal Chiropractic in a way that works for you. If you want to see animal patients more frequently, if you want to be able to enjoy your time off, if you want to feel that passion that you felt when you started as a doctor, you were ready to take on the world. And if you want to do it all without overhauling your life, or maybe you want to overhaul your life to streamline it, to make it more enjoyable, then this is for you. Here's exactly how we'll do this together. First, we'll look deeply at where you are now, and then we'll explore where you could be and how it will affect your life in a positive way. And finally, we'll figure out if you're a good fit for using Animal Chiropractic to get to that happier place. Some of the best things in life are free, as is the phone call that I want you to sign up for, so that you can spend a little bit of time talking with one of our instructors about how Animal Chiropractic can specifically fit your needs. There is no free lunch, however. There is no reason you should invest any amount of money in yourself if the investment doesn't fit with your dreams. Are you prepared? The need for animal chiropractors is growing. We want you to feel good about making this choice. Are you part of the tribe? It has taken us 15 years to create the system and techniques that Animal Chiropractic Education Source uses to make the best animal chiropractors. Are you ready for that kind of work? To get the best doctors, we look for the most prepared, dedicated students. You don't have to have skills. But before we go any further, I need you to know that I can't help everyone. This is not for you if animals make you fearful. There are veterinarians who are still afraid of their animals. If you only want to adjust your own dog, cat, or horse. This is for everybody. We want you to go out and use this service to bring yourself more reward. This is not for you if it's difficult for you to feel good about helping others. If for one reason or another you don't get satisfaction out of that, because as a veterinarian, part of that satisfaction means that you get paid. And if it's difficult for you to get paid for a service that you provide, maybe this isn't for you. This is for you if you love animals and happen to be a veterinarian or a vet student. If you crave the win-win of making money doing what you love. And if you get a warm feeling when you have more clients and more freedom. You can taste the joy that makes you want to learn. And you can step out of your comfort zone for a minute in order to gain a lifetime of love. And by stepping out of your comfort zone, I mean learning. Learning is a hard task. It hurts our brains a little. So if this resonates with you, then register for a call. Here's what you need to do next. You can click here to begin your new life. You can register right here on this slide. Just click the link. If you want to know how to improve client compliance so you can save more lives, how to have more free time without losing clients, yet make more money, how to avoid burnout, or how to solve burnout now that you have it, so you can finally be the doctor you dreamed of as a child. The new way to your better future that doesn't involve harder work or longer hours. If you want to know all these things, then this is for you. All you have to do is click this link. Reserve your instructor interview. It's free. It'll cost you 30 minutes of your day, 30 minutes that you're investing in yourself that you probably don't invest in often enough as it is. 30 minutes for you to explore whether this is right for you or not. Time is of the essence. You've lived with this day in and day out. The challenges, the burnout from your current practice, the piles of paperwork for less money, the instructor interviews are limited, and how many more days are you going to go to work not really wanting to face some of the challenges that you have there? Time is of the essence. You now have two choices. You can continue as you have been and put it off for longer. Maybe just put it off a week and then forget about it, and then it'll come back to your mind 6 months from now. And that'll have been 6 more months that you lived in the frame of mind that you are right now, not liking work, not wanting to have to put up with those things. Or you can find out if animal chiropractic is right for your practice. You've watched this entire thing. You want more information because it didn't probably answer everything, but it gave you a lot more information that you needed. So now you would prefer to give life back to your patients. You would enjoy happy clients, and you would like to enjoy a happier life for yourself. And you know you're simply not getting the results you want on your own.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say?
Thanks. I mean, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. It tests you mentally. I mean, it's a very trying course. It's not a cakewalk at all. But you come out of it enriched. You really learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself as well and the outcome, and how you want to be. And I think if, as a veterinarian, I went into it because I wanted to help animals. We naturally have that. You want to be compassionate towards an animal, and this is one more way to be compassionate and help a patient be at their best ability.
Awesome. Thanks.
No problem.
So take advantage of this opportunity now. Simply click on the link below or click here. Let's do this together.